to Conference 3.7 on the topic of Role of CSR in Entrepreneurial Ventures. We are delighted to have you all join us once again as we continue our exploration of this fascinating topic. It's wonderful to see familiar faces and new participants joining us today. We hope you had a restful day and you loved the discussion we had yesterday with four of our esteemed company secretaries taking over the panel and leading us. And you obviously are ready to dive into another session today filled with valuable insights and discussions. Today, again, we have an exceptional lineup of speakers who bring a wealth of knowledge and practical insights to this table. So, without further delay, let's proceed and introduce our esteemed speakers for today's session. So, our first speaker for today is none other than Ms. Soumya Pashuraman, who is an experienced company secretary and IPR attorney with over 8 years at Soumya and Associates based in Chennai, India since July 2016. Soumya ji has also been a faculty member at SIRC of ICSI for over 11 years, sharing her knowledge and expertise since November 2013. Prior to this, Soumya ji served as a company secretary from April 2009 to June 2016 and as a management trainee at Cholamandalam MS General Insurance Company Limited from October 2007 to March 2009. Soumya holds the FCS qualification from ICSI and has earned her Bachelor in Laws LLB from Nagpur University. Our next speaker for today is Ms. Srilekha Dontineni, who is a law graduate and qualified company secretary with expertise in corporate law, intellectual property rights, and media entertainment laws. Currently, this company secretary, compliance and legal officer at Silly Monks Entertainment Limited, a public listed company. She ensures SEBI compliance and manages legal filings. She has prior experience as a legal trainee at Manasi Chaudhary and Associates and has completed a CS articleship with KSPD and Associates. Srilekha ji holds a BA LLB from Osmania University, specializing in media entertainment laws and licensing. Next up, we have none other than Mr. G. Ramachandran, who is a BCom, ACS, and LLB graduate and is an associate member of ICSI. Being a senior company secretary professional, he has represented multiple companies in corporate litigations and has undertaken multiple other legal works in his practice of 30 years almost in various bodies such as NCLT, NCLAT, ITAT, etc. Next up, we have Ms. Rupali Kukreja, who is a seasoned company secretary with over 8 years of experience in corporate governance, compliance, and strategic advisory across diverse industries. Currently, she serves as an assistant manager of compliance at AJP Satya Education Foundation in Dubai, where she oversees company incorporations, licensing, statutory compliance, investment structure management, as well as board. Previously, she held positions at Gramin Healthcare and Group Polymers Limited, wherein she specialized in contract drafting, legal communication, regulatory liaison, and compliance advice. Rupali ji has earned her Bachelor of Commerce degree from Janaki Dev Memorial College, Delhi University. Next up, we have CS Shashank Dubey, who is a seasoned company secretary. Sorry, a mistake. Next up, we have CS Kishle Kumar, who is an assistant company secretary of DIMTS Limited and a highly motivated and detail-oriented governance professional with expertise in company law, corporate governance, and corporate social responsibility. As an assistant company secretary, he provides strategic support in ensuring regulatory compliance and promoting ethical business practices. Based in New Delhi, India, he stays updated on dynamic legal frameworks and best practices to drive sustainable growth and social impact. We also have CS Priyanka Mandhani ji, who is a seasoned company secretary providing legal services to various clients in the fields of corporate law, contract law, web agreements, IP law, and business legal compliances. She has legal experience working with different business laws in the USA, Asia, North America, as well as data protection laws, employment laws, and internet laws. So moving ahead, I would like to thank all of our panelists for today for your presence and eagerly anticipate your valuable insights and contributions to today's conference. We would also like to inform all of you that the HR team is conducting polls in the chat box throughout the session. and we encourage active participation from all attendees. Now, moving ahead, I would like to invite our first speaker for today, CS Priyanka Mandhani ji, to commence her speech and share her insights. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shravan, for such an insightful introduction for all of us. Thank you so much. So, hello everyone. A very good evening to everyone. I'm Priyanka Mandhani. I'm a practicing company secretary. Currently, I live in Germany and I'm engaged in freelancing, working with clients all over the world remotely. So, before we start speaking, I would like to thank and congratulate SK and Associates Group for hosting this conference. And it's an honor to be speaking with all of you today on the topic that has far-reaching implications in the business world: the role of corporate social responsibility in entrepreneurial ventures. See, as the business landscape is rapidly evolving with the force of globalization and the transformative impact of artificial intelligence as well, CSR is becoming more essential than ever, I feel. And I think everybody feels that way also. So, for entrepreneurial ventures, be it a startup or be it a small business, CSR is a strategic lever that can drive growth, innovation, and long-term success. So, as we today, we all know that we live in a highly interconnected world where global challenges such as climate change, social inequality, ethical governance, they are taking center stage. And at the same time, uh, with this uh, with this globalization, AI is also reshaping industries, workflows, and the way business operate. In this context, corporate social responsibility serve as a guiding principle for entrepreneurial ventures to navigate these complexities and make meaningful contribution that go beyond profitability. See, I'm from Germany, and there is one German saying that "Without Wortung beginnend bei uns," which means responsibility starts with us, a powerful reminder that responsibility is personal and it begins within every individual and with every business. So before we dive more into the CSR functions, let's define what CSR is really is. So for me, CSR is a self-regulating business model which ensures that a company is socially accountable to all its stakeholders, the public, the government, and everyone. Like it involves going beyond profit making to positively impact the environment, economy, and society as a whole. This includes some small practices, some ethical practices like labor laws, then reducing in carbon emissions, investing in community for development, and supporting social causes, etc. And apart from this, some countries like India, they have mandated the CSR legal requirements for certain businesses. I don't want to deep dive into that because I have more topics for discussion. So let's begin with this. And with the globalization, entrepreneurs are not just operating they're operating worldwide. They are not within the local markets, but they are increasingly participating in the global ecosystems. And there always comes added responsibility with this. So decision made by businessmen in one part of the world can have far-reaching consequences for communities and environments across the globe. And similarly with the AI, it brings the own set of ethical considerations such as data privacy, displacements of jobs, then biases, and these changes have redefined the role of CSR in entrepreneurial ventures. And so there are many what can I say, like there are many impacts of globalization and AI. So CSR helps in such impacts of globalization had to make it smooth, to make it smoothly. So the first thing is building global brand and reputation and trust. So in a globalized marketplace, reputation travels fast, like whether it's good or whether it's bad. And engaging CSR initiative that promotes ethical sourcing, responsible AI use, and cross border collaboration that establish reputation and trustworthiness. So, entrepreneurs who align their businesses and practices with global standards, they ought to survive more. With all this global sustainability and ethics, they build strong international brand that appeals to customers, investors, and partners across the borders. After that, fostering innovation through AI driven CSR initiatives. Like AI, when used responsibly, can be powerful tool for CSR. For example, AI-powered platforms can identify supply chain inefficiencies, then predict environmental impact, or even can assist creating inclusive products that cater to diverse populations. And by incorporating AI in their CSR strategies, entrepreneurs can drive innovation and create smarter, more sustainable businesses. And also, the transparency and ethical practices. Globalization has increased scrutiny business practices. Transparency is nowadays more critical than ever, and CSR enable entrepreneurs to adopt ethical business practices, like whether it's ensuring data privacy in AI applications, and committing to fair labor standards and manufacturing hubs across the continents. These are the open and honest communication about these efforts build stakeholders trust and strengthen ventures reputation. And leveraging CSR for global talent acquisition. This is one of the most important topic, I can say, I feel, because nowadays we find that even I work at a law firm in US. I'm actively participated in that. So today's workforce is not confined to a single geography, and entrepreneurs are building global teams. They ought to build global teams. They want to go global, and many talented individuals, especially in the area of tech and innovation driven fields, the ethical use of AI and strong commitment to social responsibility are significant factors in choosing where to work, how to work. And I feel that a strong CSR focus combined with a thoughtful AI strategy can help attract and retain good talent that shares companies' values. And also, the uses of AI in business brings forth ethical dilemmas, like potential job displacement, as I mentioned earlier, then algorithm biases, and incorporating CSR in this means acknowledging these challenges and addressing them to head on. And for entrepreneurs, they can proactively contribute to reskilling initiatives for that ensures that AI models are developed and tested to be inclusive and non-discriminatory. Discrimination is, we know that, very much into nowadays into talk. So by being a responsible, by taking into consideration a responsible approach to AI, adopts a set of a positive precedent, and fosters trust among customers and employees. And one more thing is there is a very competitive edge in this global market nowadays. And a robust CSR strategy that will help entrepreneur ventures stand out in the crowded global market. Because nowadays, as we can see, consumers are more conscious about which company they are supporting, what they are looking for business that make ethical choices and act reasonably, act responsibly. And in the realm of AI, demonstrating responsible AI usage, this can distinguish a venture as thought leader in ethics technology ethics and sustainability. And the funding opportunities, accessing new markets and funding opportunities. As we see, like, we are going global, and global investors particularly focused on environmental, social, and governance criteria. These are their favorite part. And multinational, also on the other part, multinational corporations are international organizations. They are also looking to collaborate the business with the businesses that have demonstrated commitment to CSR. And for entrepreneurs, like, this opens up new markets, like, and funding opportunities, making CSR not just a good to have but a strategic necessity. And I feel that entrepreneurs should take into account all these things. And there are some strategies by which, in a globalized and a tech driven world, an entrepreneur ventures do to integrate CSR effectively, such as global ethical standards. Entrepreneurs should, ensure that all business practices, from sourcing AI usage to meet international standards for ethics and sustainability, they should ensure that everything is going ethically. They should maintain some global ethical standards. Then they also have some responsible AI practices, and develop and use AI responsibly by addressing concerns around data privacy, algorithms bias, job displacement, as I have mentioned earlier, all these topics. And also the community and global engagement, like, engage with the global communities through partnerships, voluntarisms, and by supporting initiatives that align with global sustainability goals. Like, following all these strategies, I think entrepreneurs can survive long. They can survive in sustainable, like, they can survive sustainability and maintain sustainability. And for example, I have one real life example for this, for global CSR as well as tech driven approach. It's Unilever. We all know Unilever very well, I think. So is Unilever is widely regarded in the its commitments to global CSR. The This company has, set ambitious goals to reduce its environmental footprints, contribute positively to social causes across its supply chain, by leveraging AI to optimize its logistics and reduce wastes. Like, Unilever is not only enhancing its operational efficiency but also setting a benchmark for responsible AI to use in its sustainability. So I think I'm in time bound and I have to conclude everything fast. So, like, in conclusion, CSR is no longer an optional add-on. It's a strategic imperative that influences the success of entrepreneurial ventures in a globalized AI-driven world. And entrepreneurs who understand the global implications of their decisions and adopt a reasonable AI practices, and they can create ventures that are not only profitable but also impactful. And CSR is not just a burden or is a box to be checked off. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for entrepreneurial ventures to innovate, to inspire, and to create sustainable value for all stakeholders. And I urge to you, like, to everyone, to embrace CSR as a core component of your business strategy. Use it as a lens, like, which evaluate your actions not just for the benefits of today but for the generations to come. And I think together we can bring a good future for businesses, for force of good. Yeah, so thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for your time and attention. And if there is anything I can help you with, you can DM me. So thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
That was a great speech, Mandani ji. And I would like to request the audience to put forth their questions, if any. Although I strongly believe that half of our audience today has changed into company secretaries. So, any questions from the audience? You can simply raise your hand and ask your question one by one. No questions at all? I guess Mandhani ji, in that case, your speech was very clear because yesterday we had a bundle of questions coming at every speaker. So thank you for your speech. It was quite amazing. I would like to request you to kindly share your email in the chat box. But if anyone has any queries, they can straight away reach out.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. Now moving ahead, we would like to invite CS Rupali Kukreja from UAE to come and speak and share her insights with us. Rupali ji, you are on mute. If you can just unmute yourself.
Oh, so sorry. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay. So I'm Rupali Kukreja. I'm currently associated with APJ Satya Group as an assistant manager compliance. Since 2021, I am in UAE jurisdiction. So, adding on to what Miss Priyanka has already said, so we will be discussing that CSR is a global concept now. It's a worldwide concept. So we will not be limiting this concept to only specific jurisdiction and region. So we will be discussing on the global front. So CSR and entrepreneurship is nowadays for any kind of business. So the impact of CSR on entrepreneurial ventures and the role of CSR in social entrepreneurship is playing a major role for any kind of business. So we all know that any business cannot be built up or cannot survive without using the natural resources of the society, or sometimes for many companies they even have to exploit the natural resources in order to build their business. Like for example, for a paper company who's making paper, in order to produce paper they have to cut the trees. So, indirectly, to build their business, they are exploiting the natural resource of the country. So, I think CSR is a way back, is a way to pay back to the society from which we are using their resources. So, with the help of CSR, we can compensate to the society. So, see, CSR has essential effect on environmental issues, poverty eradications, education, healthcare sector, in many other areas. So, apart from the activities mentioned in the even Indian Companies Act, I have seen in many countries companies are coming voluntarily and they are ready to contribute to the society. I have, even I have seen in UAE, government of UAE has formed a CSR fund where companies are not only out of legal compliance but voluntarily supporting many activities which are very helpful, or I will say important for the economic development of a country. Like they are supporting specially abled children's and protecting environment and taking new measures to how to resolve the environmental issues. So apart from this, there was a old concept of triple bottom line. I will say, people, profit, and planet, that was formed in 1994, and this is playing a very important role in CSR as well as in business, because any business, these are the three pillars of having a strong business: people, planet, and profit. And CSR is really supporting these three pillars: people, We take it as a people as a wider term, all stakeholders, employees, local communities, business. If they take care of their stakeholders, employees, and the local communities around them, they get a competitive advantage over the other companies, over the other firms. Because adding on to what Priyanka has already said, that nowadays consumers are so alert, so aware, that they really want to buy or give business to socially responsible firms. So a business who take care of their people is a wider term here, communities including families, employees, everybody around them. And then we are coming to planet. So planet, they need to take care of the environmental issues as well. If they are using resources of the society, they need to pay back, they need to take care of the concerns of environment by planting more trees, by supporting differently able people, or by providing into education and sometime into healthcare sector. I've seen in in fact in India, out of CSR, I will say compliance point of view, compliance regulations, there is a criteria of applicability of CSR. But if we come to global level, people are companies are coming voluntarily for the contribution of CSR, for the upliftment of society, and they are keeping in mind that this is very important for the economic development of any country. I would like to show a small presentation here. I'm just presenting it. Second. I hope everyone can access this PPT. I think it's not moving forward. Okay, I'll be sharing after the talk. I'll be sharing this PPT. I think there is some issue. It's not moving forward. Okay. So then, talking about the recent scheme, Government of India, Prime Minister internship scheme, they have introduced recently on, I think, 13th of October. They are actually giving the opportunity to thousands of young individuals to upgrade their skills through that scheme. And we will be surprised to know that if companies will going to contribute into that scheme, they will be eligible for the CSR contribution. That will be counted as a CSR contribution. So it means government of many countries are taking steps towards economic development of the, because if more educated people will be there, healthier the society and better the economy. And then moving towards the earlier we talk about competitive advantage, I will like to give a more emphasis on this. See, in many sectors, like in healthcare sector, our India is rapidly growing and doing amazing if we compare to other part of the world. A recent example was before me, that there was a person who visited to India for some treatment from Ethiopia. Then a very renowned NGO, Sandhya Vandam Care Foundation. I am also the director of that NGO that operates from Delhi. So that NGO has really assisted that person to come to India and have a treatment. And then even Ministry of Commerce have realized this, that yes, we can have certain programs in which we can invite doctors from the outside part of the world and have give them training in India as being in the national interest, going beyond CSR for the betterment, for the more economic development of the country. Because if people will be coming from abroad, they will be definitely contributing to the economic growth of our country. So 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 we have so many examples before us. Any business which is trying to gain a competitive advantage or struggling to achieve a name in the market can take actually help of CSR and go beyond that, and can also uplift society and can thus contribute to the economic growth of the country. So, and then coming back again, there is a there is a CSR and entrepreneurship. These are actually making a difference. It nowadays business is not only about having a better financials on the records, instead about gaining a edge, instead about gaining a edge over the other firms and having a better reputation and creating an image in the market. Now businessman and entrepreneur like having a obligation to address global issues such as climate change, poverty, inequality. By improving the condition in which they operate, they can positively contribute to the world and shape a better future for all. See, CSR is a growing field encompassing various fields such as business, sustainability, and law. This is due to an increasing awareness of the need to take responsibility for the environment and society. So there is a evidence that CSR can be beneficial to businesses. It can lead to improved reputation, increased profit, and improved employee morale. So, any questions from?
Sure, that was a
I
great
think
speech.
Miss Priyanka has already had a talk on the similar topic.
Somewhere or
Any
the other, we
questions?
all.
It is
Okay, I
similar.
would like to invite the audience to put forth their questions, if any. Until then, Rupali ji, I had a question for you. Since you have
Yeah.
been a company secretary with 8 years of experience into UAE, not exactly
Yeah.
India. So,
Yes.
what is the major difference in CSR related laws between the UAE and India that you have observed?
Okay. So if I talk about India, we have a specific regulation which is regulating CSR compliance. Like we have the section requirement, and we have certain specified activities, certain specified funds by the in order in schemes. So we can contribute to the society. Even in India, many companies are doing it voluntarily, but in UAE, if I talk about, there is no specific regulation. It's the companies who are coming voluntarily and contributing to the society. So there are so many companies, like I think 54 companies. I have many banks, many companies in construction sectors, many companies in different other sectors have contributed to CSR. Even UAE is has created the funds for supporting society.
That is interesting. People are taking initiative, and here in India, we need to push people by laws.
Yes, yes.
So, actually, we feel that's compulsory. Okay. Any questions from the audience? And I would like to request all the participants to kindly switch on your webcams again. Participants with webcam off shall not be certified at the end of the conference. Can you switch on your webcams? Okay, I guess that is it. No questions for you, Rupali. However, I would like to request you to kindly share your email in the chat box so that if anyone has any queries they want to straight away reach out to you, they can do it kindly. Thank you for your amazing speech. It was really fantastic to hear your views being from a different nation. So actually the diversity in a panel also creates a lot of new knowledge to be presented from different parts of the world. That's really great. Thank you.
Thank you so
So moving
much.
ahead, we would to invite CS Kishle Kumar, Assistant Company Secretary of DIMTS Limited, to share his insights with all of us.
Hello, am I audible? Okay. Hello everyone, myself CS Krishna Kumar, working currently associated with DIMTS Limited, a joint venture of Government of NCT of Delhi. Apart from this, I have internship experience of different government PSUs like Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Ministry of Defense. Uh, so, first of all, thank you SK Associate and Group for this wonderful opportunity. And important topic, corporate social responsibility. Whose social responsibility it is? A corporate. Why corporate? Why not common social responsibility? Responsibility start from the grassroots level. If we are starting our responsibility from the grassroots, then it would be eventually it would lead to a corporate social responsibility. So despite from mandatory इवन द बिजनेस, अगर हम बिजनेस को भी देखें तो इवन द स्मॉल बिजनेस आर टेकिंग समथिंग फ्रॉम द सोसाइटी. Why not everyone is following corporate social responsibility? Why only that mandatory compliance of net worth and net profit and turnover? It would start from the grassroots level. Not I am saying that we should spend 2%. We can spend a minimum 0.01%. And I would like to present my presentation. I think it would not be so boring. Okay. Okay. Everyone can see the presentation.
Yeah, it is visible, Kishleji.
Okay. Understanding implementation of CSR. Changing the slide. Then wait. Not able to share. I think there is some issue.
No, your screen is visible, Kishleji, just the slide isn't changing. I suggest you try to reshare it once.
Okay, wait.
Sure. Stuff.
Hello, if I may please suggest you first, Kishleji, you first share the slide and then like switch over back to the your PPT thing so that you will be able to control the movement, because otherwise it will not change.
Okay.
So you share it here and then switch the tab on your original. Maybe that may help. Otherwise, I'm not sure how.
It's changing. Now it's changing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's changed. Awesome.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your valuable suggestion. It worked for me. I'm audible and visible too.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. So CSR and sustainability. कहाँ से आया CSR? क्या evolution हुआ? CSR and sustainability. CSR is directly linked to sustainability. And what a sustainability is? Development that meet the need of present without compromising the ability of future generation. अब अभी अगर हम सारा चीज यूज कर ले तो फ्यूचर के लिए कुछ बचेगा ही नहीं. तो CSR with sustainability, and business cannot be successful when the society around them fail. if we are introducing our business in society, it's our moral, ethical duty to serve for the society. So CSR in the concept of enterprise is accountable for its impact on all relevant stakeholder. It is the continuing commitment by business to behave fairly and responsibility and contribute to economic development. इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट होगा, क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ इंप्रूव होगी, तब तो होगा कि हाँ बिजनेस ने कुछ करके दिया। आप जहां बिजनेस बनाए हो, आपने सोसाइटी के लिए क्या किया। एजीएम अटेंड करता हूं, अभी रिसेंटली का बात है, stakeholder wants to know what business are doing for the society, not only society. They are currently there is a report of BRSR, Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report. It's a mandate for top 100 or 1000 listed entity, and we have to give all the detail what business is doing in ESG area, in HR area. So now stakeholder are also so much aware that what business are doing for the society. Basic premise क्या है हमारा? Basic premise ये है, corporation get bigger in size apart from the economic responsibility of earning profit. हमारा economic responsibility क्या है? Profit earn करना. लेकिन apart from that कुछ other responsibility भी तो है, non financial, in financial, in social in nature. नेक्स्ट, बीएसआर ने कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को कैसे एक्सप्लेन किया? क्या है कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी? व्हाई कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी? बिकॉज कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज ऑपरेटिंग अ बिजनेस इन अ मैनर, इस मैनर में हम कर रहे हैं एक्सेल द इथिकल, लीगल, कमर्शियल एंड पब्लिक एक्सपेक्टेशन दैट अ सोसाइटी हैज फ्रॉम द बिजनेस। नेक्स्ट, सीएसआर इंडिया में कैसे हुआ? इंडिया में सीएसआर न्यू नहीं है, बस इसको मैंडेट किया गया कॉर्पोरेट के लिए just by donating. philanthropic activity होता है। philanthropic activity क्या है? giving something to the people or society without expecting anything. तो आइडिया एम्बेडेड ऑलरेडी था इंडिया में, बट एक सीएसआर फॉर्म में इसको मैंडेट किया गया कि कॉर्पोरेट का सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, और ये है कंपनीज एक्ट में है, डिफाइंड है कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट पूछते हैं कि सर क्या कोई भी एक्टिविटी कॉर्पोरेट सोशल क्वालिफाइंग क्राइटेरिया? अभी जैसे मैंने बताया, कुछ को मैंडेट किया हुआ है कि कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी करना ही पड़ेगा। किसको करना पड़ेगा कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी? अगर किसी भी कंपनी की नेटवर्थ 500 करोड़ या उससे ज्यादा हो रही है, टर्नओवर 1000 करोड़ या उससे ज्यादा हो रही है, नेट प्रॉफिट 5 करोड़ या उससे ज्यादा हो रही है, तो आपको 2% ऑफ नेट प्रॉफिट स्पेंड करना पड़ेगा टुवर्ड कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। और कब ये देखना है, कब हो गई 500 करोड़, कभी भी हो गई तो क्या कर लूंगा मैं? नहीं, इमीडिएट प्रीसीडिंग फाइनेंशियल ईयर, पिछले साल हमारी अगर ये तीनों क्राइटेरिया कोई भी सेटिस्फाई कर रही है बिजनेस, नेटवर्थ 500 करोड़ या टर्नओवर 1000 या नेट प्रॉफिट, तब हमें स्पेंड करना होगा 2% ऑफ नेट प्रॉफिट। ओके, लीगल फ्रेमवर्क, तो आई वुड नॉट गो डीपली इनटू द लीगल फ्रेमवर्क। इट्स बेसिकली हमें बोर्ड रिपोर्ट में देना पड़ता है। इट्स बेसिकली फॉर CS part. So not going deep dive into the okay, CSR पॉलिसी भी ड्राइव करनी पड़ती है हमें। कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अगर हम कर रहे हैं, कैसे ट्रैक करेंगे, कैसे जानेंगे कहाँ स्पेंड करना है? हमारे पास जस्ट से 1000 करोड़ रुपीज आ गई, स्पेंड करना है, विदाउट प्रॉपर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन हम तो स्पेंड नहीं कर सकते, कहीं भी स्पेंड कर देंगे। एंड देयर इज द नीड ऑफ कंपनी सेक्रेटरी, देयर इज अ रोल ऑफ कंपनी सेक्रेटरी इन दिस। Moreover, if you are working in government sector, तो हम पर DPE गाइडलाइन भी also रहा है। तो पहले गवर्नमेंट भी ये पॉलिसी को इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहा है फॉर डिफरेंट CPEC सेंटर पब्लिक के लिए, तो कि एक पता है कि हाँ हम सेट कर रहे हैं, ये लोग सेट कर रहे हैं, तो चलो गवर्नमेंट भी साथ दे रहा है, गवर्नमेंट भी काम कर रहा है, तो हम
Yeah, Kishleji, you are getting stuck.
Since he has left, कुछ net issue problem.
Network issues, very common in entire northern India. No issues. He'll rejoin us in some time. But then I would like to request the attendees to kindly type out any queries that you have in the chat box and kindly participate in the poll too. We have a poll question posted by Ms. Rima Kumari from our HR team. What is the concept of triple bottom line in CSR? So this is very confusing actually. Don't go into so much. Yeah, Rupali ji, you're on mute.
So I would like to answer these questions. The primary drivers for entrepreneur venture to adopt CSR practices. So I would like to say all are the drivers for entrepreneur ventures to adopt CSR practices, but the hierarchy can be changed. So, first, competitive advantage for the companies can be the primary driver because they are business entrepreneur ventures are here to do business. So, first driver can be a competitive advantage for them. Second, of course, can be stakeholder expectation because no business can survive for long run without improving, without having a good relationship with the stakeholders or without having a healthy relationship with their investors. And the third, I will say, government regulations. Of course, if we are hitting the criteria of applicability of CSR, then definitely in India, I will say, we need to comply with the CSR regulations. And fourth, I will say social responsibility. So for region wise, hierarchy can be changed, but all are the drivers for entrepreneur ventures to adopt CSR practices.
Yeah,
And the second question.
I guess he has rejoined us. Yeah, Kishleji, am I audible? Yeah, Kishleji, am I audible? I guess network issues are seriously very. Okay, Kishleji, if I'm audible, I suggest you just switch on the webcam so that we can understand. I guess there has been a network issue again. No issues. You may continue, Rupali.
So then another question was the triple bottom line in CSR. So people, planet, profit. I will say the three pillars of entrepreneur ventures. One affect the other. We cannot achieve one without the other. If a business will not support their people or planet, and of course they businesses are built for profit, they are interconnected. They all these all threes are interconnected. So this is the concept, and with the help of CSR we can achieve this. If we talk about planet, then of course if we take the help of CSR activity, we can definitely contribute to the sustainability. And then if we uplift the society by contributing in different way, like education, health improvement, in so many activities are there, so we can support people. The people is a wider term, as already discussed. So profit, then only we can achieve the profit if we will be going to these two
We have
things.
who has joined us. Yeah, Kishleji, am I audible now? Yeah, I request you to please continue your presentation. Yeah, Kishleji, am I audible? Yeah. Yeah. Kishleji, if you can just unmute yourself, we can't hear you out. Yeah, Kishleji. Excellent.
Hello.
Yeah, Kishleji, you are clearly audible and visible.
Okay. Sorry, actually, I think the network issue was there.
Yeah, no issues, sir.
Okay, person working in government sector, I have discussed this. So, what constitutes CSR? सारा काम CSR होगा अगर हम काम कर रहे हैं, कुछ भी कर लिए, कोई भी डोनेशन दे दिए, क्या वो CSR के अंदर आएगा, कवर्ड होगा? नो, द आंसर इज नो. द एक्टिविटी स्पेसिफाइड इन शेड्यूल 7 दैट वुड कंट्रीब्यूट टू CSR. जो भी शेड्यूल 7 में लिखा हुआ है स्पेसिफिकली उसके अंदर जो भी काम है वो करेंगे तभी कहलाएगा कि हमने कॉर्पोरेट. दूसरा क्वेश्चन आता है कि फॉरेन में कोई काम कर दिए, फॉरेन में कोई कंट्रीब्यूशन दे दिए, कुछ कर दिए, क्या वो CSR है? तो हमें बेसिक प्रीमाइस क्या देखना है, क्या वो शेड्यूल 7 के अंदर आ रहा है, क्या फॉरेन कंट्रीब्यूशन या कहीं कंट्रीब्यूट आ रहा है, फॉलिंग अंडर द सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और नॉट. तभी पता चलेगा कि वो कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हो. नेक्स्ट, हेलो, आई थिंक कनेक्शन लॉस.
You are audible, Kishlesh. Please continue.
ओके, श्योर. तो शेड्यूल 7 के अंदर क्या है, क्या क्या पॉइंट्स आते हैं, क्या क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है, कहां हम जानेंगे कि हमारा CSR के अंदर हो रहा है कि नहीं. जैसे इरेडिकेटिंग हंगर, कुछ लाइब्रेरीज हम इंप्लीमेंट कर दिए, कुछ फंड है हमारे पास, हम लाइब्रेरी बना दिए, तो दैट वुड कंट्रीब्यूट टू. सॉइल, एयर, वाटर, क्लीन गंगा फंड में हम अगर कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं तो यस, दैट वुड कंट्रीब्यूट टू CSR. प्रोजेक्ट्स के अंदर अगर हम स्पेंड कर रहे हैं, जैसे कुछ नेशनल हेरिटेज है, ताजमहल के लिए मैंने कुछ किया, ताजमहल की कंस्ट्रक्शन या कुछ उसको रिनोवेट करने के लिए मैंने कंट्रीब्यूट किया, तो क्या दैट वुड कंट्रीब्यूट एज अ CSR? यस, दैट इज अ CSR. कुछ रिस्टोरेशन हिस्टोरिकल इंपॉर्टेंस का या ट्रेडिशनल आर्ट को बचा रहे हैं, तो दैट वुड आर्म्ड फोर्स वेटरन्स, वॉर विडोज, दैट वुड टू अ CSR. कुछ ओलंपिक स्पोर्ट्स के लिए अभी हम स्पेंड कर रहे हैं, पैरालंपिक के लिए हम स्पेंड कर रहे हैं, दैट वुड CSR. कुछ टेक्नोलॉजी एडवांसमेंट कर रहे हैं, तो यस, दैट वुड बी अ CSR. कुछ वाटर प्रोजेक्ट जैसे अभी मोदी जी का स्वच्छ गंगा, क्लीन गंगा, तो दैट वुड कंट्रीब्यूट टू CSR. नेक्स्ट, क्या अब तो है, उसके अपार्ट अगर आप कुछ करते हो तो वो CSR नहीं होगा. आप ऑर्डिनरी कोर्स ऑफ बिजनेस में काम कर रहे हो, आपका काम ही है वो, आप ऑर्डिनरी कोर्स में काम कर रहे हो, तब वो CSR नहीं है. साथ में जैसे मैंने बोला, कुछ फॉरेन कंट्रीब्यूशन दे दिए, पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, अब बीजेपी या कांग्रेस या किसी को भी हमने चंदा दे दिया, क्या वो है CSR? तो नहीं, हमने तो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को चंदा दिया है, क्या वो CSR? नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं. क्या वो सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है? जी नहीं. तो वो CSR नहीं है. कुछ वायलेशन ऑफ एक्ट के लिए मैंने कुछ पैसा दिया, कुछ अमाउंट स्पेंड किया, ऑब्वियसली वो CSR नहीं है. एम्प्लॉय बेनिफिट के लिए दे दिया, एम्प्लॉय के बेनिफिट के लिए मैंने कुछ किया. एक एग्जांपल मैं कोट करना चाहूंगा कि कुछ स्किल डेवलपमेंट करना चाह रहा हूं मैं, कुछ लेबरर्स का, कुछ लास्ट ईयर भी, लास्ट सेशन में कभी हुआ था कि एम्प्लॉय के लिए जैसे स्विगी या जोमेटो ने खर्च किया कुछ अमाउंट उनके टेक्निकल एडवांसमेंट के लिए, उनके लिए कुछ स्पेंड हो रहा है, तो वो CSR नहीं आएगा. वो that would not be contribute to CSR. अब CSR तो बंद हो गया, हमारे पास अमाउंट आ गया CSR का, बहुत बड़ा कॉर्पस है, कैसे स्पेंड करना है, क्या सही से ट्रैक होगा उसका, उसके लिए क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है? CSR कमेटी. ऑब्वियसली CSR कमेटी बनाने का रिक्वायरमेंट कुछ नहीं है. जैसे आपका कॉर्पस जो है 50 लाख से कम है, तो आपको CSR कमेटी बनाने का दरकार नहीं है. आपके पास अनस्पेंड अमाउंट अगर पड़ा हुआ नहीं है तो CSR कमेटी बनाने का रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है. बट इट इज एडवाइजेबल कि आप, अगर आपके पास CSR फंड है तो आप CSR कमेटी कंस्टिट्यूट करो, और ताकि ट्रैक हो पाए कि आपका सही में आपने जो सोसाइटी के लिए स्पेंड करना है सही से ट्रैक रह पाए कि हाँ स्पेंड हो पा रहा है या नहीं. ऑब्वियसली 2% का बात हो चुका है. नेक्स्ट इज CSR कमेटी. कमेटी में कौन होगा? किसी को भी बना दूं CSR कमेटी का मेंबर. हमने CSR कमेटी कंस्टिट्यूट किया, किसी को भी बना दूं? जी नहीं। किसको बनाना पड़ेगा सीएसआर कमेटी का मेंबर? उसमें 3 डायरेक्टर्स होने चाहिए कंपनी के। अब लोग बोलेंगे सर हम प्राइवेट कंपनी है, हमारे पास सिर्फ 2 ही डायरेक्टर का रिक्वायरमेंट है, तो सिर्फ 2 डायरेक्टर इज एनफ। अगर आप प्राइवेट कंपनी हो तो सिर्फ 2 डायरेक्टर ही चलेगा। बोलता है एक इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर होना इज रिक्वायरमेंट। अब इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, तब क्या करूं? विदाउट इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर आप बनाइए कमेटी, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। और अगर आप फॉरेन कंपनी है तो ऑथराइज रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ द कंपनी उस कमेटी के मेंबर होने चाहिए। काम क्या करेगा कमेटी? ऑब्वियसली कमेटी मॉनिटर करेगा कहाँ खर्च करना है, प्रायोरिटाइज कहाँ करना है, और कितना एक्सपेंडिचर इनकर्ड होना चाहिए, कितना रिक्वायर्ड है, उस फंड को मॉनिटर करना। अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट, हमारे पास बहुत बड़ी कंपनी है, हम फंड एक्यूमुलेट कर लिए, हम चाह रहे हैं सोसाइटी का उद्धार करना, सोसाइटी का उत्थान करना, कि हाँ सोसाइटी ने हमें कुछ दिया है, हम सोसाइटी में हैं, हम सोसाइटी के लिए कुछ करेंगे। लेकिन कैसे करेंगे जब तक आपके पास एक इंप्लीमेंट प्लान ऑफ एक्शन नहीं होगा? तो प्लान ऑफ एक्शन इज इंपॉर्टेंट। नेक्स्ट इज सीएसआर पॉलिसी। आपको एक सीएसआर पॉलिसी होनी चाहिए आपके पास, कि हम सीएसआर अमाउंट स्पेंड करेंगे तो एक पॉलिसी के थ्रू कितना स्पेंड होनी चाहिए, क्या एरिया ऑफ आइडेंटिफिकेशन करेंगे, किस एरिया में रिक्वायरमेंट है, जहां रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, जहां ऑलरेडी डेवलप हो चुका है, हम वहां स्पेंड कर रहे हैं तो क्या उसका कुछ होगा? जो नीड है, सिर्फ स्पेंड करना अमाउंट इज नॉट सेफ, इज नॉट गुड। करना क्या है, हमें सोसाइटी को देखना है कि कहाँ रिक्वायरमेंट है, कहाँ हमें उसको उत्थान करना है, कहाँ रिक्वायरमेंट सबसे ज्यादा है। नेक्स्ट इज CSR corpus is not important, implement mechanism is not, word of caution। हाँ, फॉर कंपनी कैसे करेंगे? 2-3 तरीके होते हैं सीएसआर को स्पेंड करने के। 2-3 तरीकों में क्या आएगा? यह तो कंपनी खुद से स्पेंड कर दे। नेक्स्ट इज आप कुछ सोसाइटी या ट्रस्ट रजिस्टर्ड हैं, जो क्यों है? फॉर सीएसआर के लिए ही। आपको लेकिन चेक करना होगा उसमें कि सीएसआर के थ्रू वो रजिस्टर्ड हैं या नहीं, एज अ ट्रस्ट एमसीए में वो रजिस्ट्रेशन करा रख चुके हैं या नहीं, एज अ सेक्शन 8 कंपनी, तब आप स्पेंड कर सकते हैं। हमने फॉरेन में स्पेंड कर दिया, क्या सीएसआर है? जी नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं है। जैसे मैंने अभी बताया, लोकल एरिया इंडिया के अंदर करोगे तब तो वो जो उसकी सिनॉप्सिस है, जो इंपॉर्टेंस है सीएसआर का, वो फुलफिल हो पाएगा। नेक्स्ट इज हमने एनजीओ को दे दिया, हमने दे दिया अमाउंट स्पेंड करना है, कि हमने इतना अमाउंट दे दिया कि जाओ, कि क्या करके ऐसा करके हमें छोड़ देना चाहिए? जी नहीं, हमें ट्रैक करना पड़ेगा कि उनसे आपको सर्टिफिकेट लेना पड़ेगा कि क्या आपने कहाँ यूटिलाइज किया फंड। हमें भी तो पता चले कि यूटिलाइजेशन कैसे किया। हमने अपनी कंपनी में किया रिसेंटली, ड्राइवर ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड की वुमेन्स को इन दिल्ली। वो अगेन अ गुड इनिशिएटिव। ये हमें ही वो करना था कि कहाँ स्पेंड किया जाए अमाउंट। तो वुमेन जो अपनी लाइवलीहुड के लिए उन्हें ड्राइवर ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड किया गया केयर फंड में। नेक्स्ट आता है, जैसे हमने कुछ एक्सपेंडिचर इनकर्ड किया था, उससे कैपिटल एसेट एक्वायर्ड हो गया। एक कैपिटल एसेट
Am I audible? Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to request to wrap up the presentation in 2 minutes as we have a time constraint.
Okay, sure. Uh, से 25 लाख तक की पेनल्टी लग सकती है। अगेन 25 लाख रुपए। तो कल जैसा बात हुआ था, इफ यू वांट नॉट टू कंप्लाई, ट्राई नॉन कंप्लायंस। नेक्स्ट इज आपको बोर्ड रिपोर्ट में भी देना पड़ेगा कि आपने एक्सपेंडिचर 2% करना था, अगर आपने किया तो क्यों नहीं किया, उसकी रीजन आपको कोट करनी पड़ेगी। नेक्स्ट बात आता है कि कुछ, चलिए सबको स्किप करते हुए, अनस्पेंट अमाउंट। मान लीजिए हमारा 1000 करोड़ का कॉर्पस है, 1000 करोड़ अमाउंट है, और भी कुछ है जैसे ऑनगोइंग प्रोजेक्ट एक्चुअली सीएसआर इज वास्ट, वी कैन नॉट conclude it in a simple 5 to 10 minutes. So okay, I will not go deep dive into the CSR and its. So, anyone have
The
any question?
wonderful speech, Kishleji. Thank you for your information. And I would like to
Thank
invite
you.
the audience to put forth their questions, if any.
Sure, sure.
Any questions? Meanwhile, Kishleji, you may stop presenting your screen.
Okay.
Ayan, I Times, Lukesha, Soumya ji, Abhishek, Dipanvita, Tia, Shravani, Anuj, Sanjana, Meenal. I would like to
What I
request
can
you
do, I
open.
can give my mail ID, provide my mail ID. Moreover, I have also my YouTube channel helping CSCA and CMA community.
That's great. That's
Okay.
to share the links in the chat box so that our audience can reach out to you whenever they have any queries.
Okay. Sure, sure, sure. Thank
Sure.
you. Thank you.
I would like to invite FCS G Ramachandran ji from SIRC of ICSI to commence his speech and share his insights with all of us.
Thank you. I would like to share my personal experience rather than going into the aspect of it.
Sure, sure.
Now we have traveled 10 years into CSR. When it was originally notified, there was such a resistance to change. Mr. Kumar rightly pointed out in his one of the slides that the word forced charity was used. See, I am associated with the chamber, Andhra Chamber of Commerce. It has around 1,500 members, mostly corporate and MSMEs. I'm in the EC member, so I was able to talk to most of them very frequently. And there was such a resistance to change. See, they say it's an open flea, and also worried of the fact that politics is part of business, and some point in time, political parties will extract the garb of CSR. That is one. That is, as a matter of principle, the donation should come voluntarily and not forced. And some of them had their family trust. Initially, if you look at the CSR regulation, there was no such exemption. Subsequently, amendments were made to accommodate all that. In fact, some of the companies want to challenge the validity of CSR. From that point to today, a successful implementation, and within a short period, I should definitely call a short period because it's a new concept. Whatever Priyanka and Rupali had said, it took 3 years to the corporates to understand it's not a donation, it's the responsibility to make it work. Frankly, the journey started 2 years after the implementation, 2 years after the notification. Then comes the conflict. Most of them, they donated, take exemption under 80G. How many of them are into serious business of toiling, finding out the beneficiary, see what they want, and implement to the spirit of it? Even today, you will find income tax cases also come up, whether CSR donation is eligible for 80G. Whether we are looking for 80G or CSR implementation. I'll give you one case. One of my member of ACC, he went to a slum, picked up 20 underprivileged ladies, seriously trained him into tailoring. Bought tailoring machine. He charged only ₹1. And today, I think 18 of them are still sustaining their family because of that. He is not entitled to 80G. Whereas one who donates spends less sweat, spends less time, they get into 80G. Seriously, we have to look into the spirit of implementing the CSR It should not be in the form of donation. Priyanka and Rupali have really put it very nice that it is the responsibility rather than a donation. That should come up. Now, how as a professionals we assist? We do it free of cost. Our members are spread over the southern states, mostly from Tamil Nadu, Andhra, and Telangana. So each of the state we formed a committee. I mean, it is free. We go really to every place like schools, colleges, slums, and find out what is the need of that place. Be it blackboard, be it tailoring, be it anything. But in the true spirit of CSR, we circulate that message to the members. See, these are the requirements. They can directly contribute to the beneficiaries. And Ms. Priyanka is there. We have tied up with F&F, a German organization which trains the underprivileged students on marketing. Various skills. F&F, we have 4 programs in a year. Identifying the underprivileged, train them in business, train them in marketing, identifying their potentials, and bring up. This is time consuming, but still I find that instead of donating, doing an hard work, the government should encourage this kind of entrepreneurial ventures rather than donation. Yes, I do agree. We have done for dialysis. One of the biggest problem is dialysis machine. Today you find every hospital is equipped with dialysis machine, just because of CSR. Okay, that kind of donation I do agree, because India is becoming a diabetic geographical capital throughout India, and many persons are getting added. So that's one area where the requirement is all across India. And we have identified hospitals which require this kind of machines. So this kind of direct donations, it's fine, according to me. Okay, it might vary. But a CSR should be implemented with sweat and toil, identifying the real beneficiary requirement, and then done. Now look at the statistics. One, the first year, the contribution in the first year, you find there's very little time. September is your normally financials are adopted. You have very limited time to implement. Most of them, they identify a long-term projects or go into a simple donation to either PM Care funds or some other funds which is listed, which according to me it's not the spirit. Yes, if there is no option, they can do it. But if the government provides adequate time, the first leg, the first period, then you will find CSR will be better implemented. Number 2, ESG is now part of banks' assessment for loans. CSR should also be, they need not do a detailed scrutiny, at least the honest compliance of it they should get some weightage on that. That's my personal opinion, because CSR is left out of any of the assessments, which is on merits. ESG, I understand. See, most of it is revenue, directly or indirectly, it is given weightage. Whereas what is voluntarily done, it doesn't carry a weightage. So according to me, any bank valuation, CSR implementation should also carry at least a little bit of weightage. See, time is 8:15. I'm concluding. I'm willing to face any questions in this matter. Thank you.
Ramachandran, you can take 5 to 10 more minutes if you want to say something.
Yeah. See, there are small companies, very small companies, mostly 5 crores turnover, and mostly single manufacturing unit, at the most 2 manufacturing units. They are facing a lot of implementation issues because the objective is to spend locally. And once you the bias, whatever be it, there are so many issues. See, once you have a factory, anything, if you want to donate nearby, the next person will ask. Okay, so we have formed a team where we give an assessment. If they say this is the area and say 25 kilometer radius, we look for it. We look for those areas and identify what is the requirement. And it is done truthfully to the spirit of it. It is done voluntarily. Again, I'm repeating, it is voluntarily. Not even the expenses is charged. We do it voluntarily because we are not looking for 80G exemptions. We want real upliftment of economically backward persons. I sincerely hope that we professionals find some time in this kind of identification and let know those corporate which has a requirement of this CSR. And I tell you, most of them are medium and small, and they don't have any mechanism to implement this. Whatever it is done for the purpose of compliance of law rather than on spirit of it. And I sincerely hope the government, the first leg, should be given 1 year time to implement, even more than a year. Otherwise, you please see the data, most of them is on the long term. Building schools. See, fine, I'm not against it. But are we looking at objectively? It's a big question. September, then hardly time. You will know what is it only in September, no, most of the cases. Where is the time for assessment? And most of them are not, see, they are not serious. They want to do it. I mean, by spirit, they want to do it. But where is the time? I think we as a professionals should assist in this kind of implementation, especially to MSME units. Find out the requirement. And F&F plays a very important role. 300 persons in one session, that is 4 sessions in a year. 1,200 gets benefited. Not as a small sum. Likewise, it's an entity. Likewise, we should have a serious implementation policy to see the real upliftment. Whatever we see, there are, say, some have a definite goal. I will do only to education. Some will say I will only do this. There are so many such cases, no? There is no basket. There is no, I mean, because they said, no, I come from a very poor family. So for me, education is bread and butter. I will only do it for education. It's fine. As professionals, let us also join hands and identify, given a common platform. See, these are the requirements. If any person who is want to implement, please implement this way. A gradation, a valuation, and all that. I thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity.
I would like to thank you firstly, Ramachandran ji, for your amazing speech. You gave us multiple valuable insights into this forte that only someone with your experience could. And I would like to request you to read the question that we have in the chat box.
Yeah.
If you can. This is a long one.
Definitely, I will guide for broader community offer. See, during COVID time, I know certain companies which donated COVID related equipments with their name inscribed, but booked under the CSR and begged against it. See, what is the objective? Look at the objective. The corporate should not get tangible or intangible benefit out of such donations, whatever donations or contributions, whatever you want to call it, right? In Tamil, we used to say the donation from the left to right, even left should not, right should not know, or left should not. That's the spirit of it. During COVID time, most of them, pharma companies more particularly, with their brand imprinted, they donated COVID related equipments and claimed CSR. Anything connected with business, it's invasive, what do you say? It will be a parasite. One time or the other, you will find CSR will be taken over by the interest in the business rather than the intention of the legislation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramachandran ji, for the response. I would like to request the rest of the participants to kindly put forward your questions one by unmuting yourself and raising your hands, if any. Dipanvita, no questions? Okay, we have one question from Priyanka Mandani.
Yes, sir. Sir, it's it's been wonderful to listen you. All the insights you have shared, it was amazing. And I just wanted to know, you mentioned that FNF in Germany. Would you, sir, please elaborate or give me just ping me or ping in message box your email ID so that we can connect over another call or something? I want to. Yeah, I want to dig into it, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I will also share. We are going to have another one. Okay. I will share that brochure, what we do.
Sure, sir. Yes. That would be very helpful, sir. Thank you.
Sure, Ramachandran ji. That's it. Ramachandran ji has shared his email ID. I would like to request the participants to kindly take note of that. Thank you, CS Ramachandran ji, for sharing your knowledge and experience with us. We always need a lot of, mix of panelists for holding a perfect conference, because obviously a mixture of generations and people from diverse industries and countries can add up more of knowledge to a conference rather than people from a similar background. Thank you for your
Thank you. See, when it was first implemented, I never thought this is going to be successful. Resistance to change is obvious, not only in this case and any case for that matter. Okay.
Exactly.
But the resistance was too high. And it
Obviously,
took 2
the
years.
even
And
there are different.
Priyanka and Rupali, they made a good. It took 2 years of what spirit of Priyanka and Rupali said to get inculcated in their mind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, it was nice. No, that's the spirit of it. Whatever you both said is the spirit of it, right?
Exactly. So now, as we come to the close of today's remarkable conference session, we would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to each and every one of you. The knowledge shared, the insights gained, and the connections made have all contributed to the success of this event. We are truly grateful for all of your participation. As we wrap up this conference, we kindly request all the attendees and speakers to take a moment and provide your valuable feedback and reviews on our Google Maps location. You can just Google out for SKNG, go to our location and drop a small review, as in sharing your experience, and suggest us any other future methods that you think will probably improve the quality of our future conferences. Your input and thoughts are obviously highly appreciated, as they will help us improve future events and continue delivering high quality conferences. Thank you all for your participation and for being an integral part of this conference, especially the attendees. I know it takes a lot of patience to sit through for like 1.5 hours of consistent time, and not even professionals. I'm expecting that from you. So that's a really prestigious thing for us. Thank you all for your participation and for being a remarkable part of this conference today. And we also hope and look forward to seeing you all at the last and final session of conference 3.8 tomorrow evening from 7 p.m. IST to 8:30 p.m. IST in the same timeline. Until we meet tomorrow, stay inspired, keep dreaming, and continue to strive for excellence. Thank you all, and farewell for now. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.